Welcome into Brighton High School for Brighton High School Lacrosse on the Rewind Sports Network, as we've got a second round playoff matchup for you in the 5A state tournament as the Brighton Bengals prepare to take on their region foe, the Skyline Eagles. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. We talk about two teams meeting up here in the second round of the playoffs, familiar with each other. They met back in their region play. It was a 20-12 victory for the Brighton Bengals. Bengals hoping that history repeats itself. Meanwhile, Skyline hoping to learn from their past, trying to avoid a second round playoff loss here to the Bengals. Skyline coming in, Sammy McMaster, the senior, what a year for her. 55 goals to lead the way for this Skyline offense. 39 goals for Ella Engelin. That duo has been spectacular as they've accounted for nearly half of the goals for Skyline this season. Finley Larson, the sophomore goalie, will have a lot on her shoulders as she tries to slow down this Brighton offense, which has found its rhythm as it normally does. This Brighton team finished 12-5 on the year, 6-2 in region play. Their losses come to Park City and Olympus, and they're the 6th seed in the tournament this year. But we talk about the offense that is really found its stride. You've got 3 goal scorers that have each scored over 40 goals. 62 for Sophie Nielsen. The juniors had a great year. Meanwhile, a pair of seniors in Caroline Lee and Marley Rodney, each over 40 goals this year. That trio has been great for this Brighton offense as they hope that the offense continues its rhythm here in their second round playoff game, the first playoff game for the Bengals. I had that first round bye, and they're back on the field here to get their playoffs underway as these two teams a couple wins away from making a trip to a potential semi or championship, but it all will, I shouldn't say starts, but it will start tonight for the Brighton Bengals as Skyline trying to continue their journey. Ready to start things off here. The opening draw here from center is, want to remind you, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial, as at times we'll start it early, stop it late, as we do our best to keep it trued up with the official clock here in the stadium. And this opening draw is possessed by Skyline. This is McMaster. We talked about Sammy at the start, trying to split through that defense, and draws the check there. So Sammy will come to the 8 for an 8-meter opportunity here. Master coming in, she'll take the shot and score. Hey, that's a good start for the visiting Skyline Eagles as they get their leading score on the board here early on the 8-meter opportunity. We did not mention the starting goalie today for Brighton, as she has the entire year. Annabelle Kiefer getting the start, and for this Brighton team, it's really the duo of Kiefer and Norton. We've seen them split the cage for the majority of the year, really by half. They each have had great years this year. As Annabelle Kiefer, a .577 save percentage, .605 for Kennedy Norton. As this draw going the way of Skyline once again. I was talking with the coaching staff of Skyline before the game. They said, well, it really kind of starts at draw. That's going to be a big piece for them. As this pass looking to the middle for Gerson was just over her head, will trickle through and out. It's back to Brighton, but good start for the Eagles from the dot. There's a couple early wins on the draw, but they turn it over. First possession now for the Bengals, as here comes Emma Gessel working up the near line, as into the offensive end for the first time. Gessel here will play back behind goal with Sydney Dixon, and Dixon here at X surveying as Brighton will bring their offense up here. Alberico coming ahead for the Bengals. This is Nielsen. Nielsen with a little spin, worked inside, had that jarred away, and then loose on the shot, but a whistle here will give Sophie Nielsen the 8-meter opportunity and a chance here to try to tie it up for the Bengals. Sophie going to be just offset.
For Sophie Nielsen, the free position opportunity here.
Sophie coming in, she'll shoot, and that saved. Nice early save for the sophomore goalie, Finley Larson. Skyline working to clear here. This was one of the elements talking with Skyline as well. They talk about the importance of completed clears. That one deflected. So their first clear opportunity nearly given up. Ground ball tracked down there by the Bengals, and it is as Miller on it here for Brighton. Avery will play back here with Dixon. Now worked over. Delato find a little bit of room. That's taken away by Larson.
Another big block by Finley Larson.
Tried to slide one past the feet of the sophomore Finley Larson. Great save there. Alberico. See the slides coming there. Alberico gets around. She'll move over with Rodney. Back up. Alberico. Going around the crease. Nielsen tracking that down, able to maintain it for the Bengals. Sophie trying to get to that middle. Knocked loose again, and stoppage here. We might have our first card of the game. We will, is check up high, and it will be Brighton here with a chance.
We're going to have number
2 minutes with a player advantage here for the Bengals.
All right, Bengal fans, let's hear it for Sophie Nielsen with a free position opportunity.
Nielsen here will start this straight away from the 8-meter mark, but player advantage, she'll shoot, and that one kept out again. Rodney able to track that down. Brighton will maintain possession. Again, they've got the extra player here. Finley Larson, 3 saves here in the opening minutes. Rodney. Sophie tried to cut through as the call here, 3-second call. So pull Rodney out to the 12.
There's Marley Rodney on the 12.
Rodney here to start. Works with Delato. Ava, the shot. Boy, that went right to the netting there of Larson, able to make the save. But this clear, it couldn't be handled, and Brighton had it momentarily. The high check will leave it with the Bengals. So a couple of tough clears here for Skyline is allowing Brighton to stay on the possession. Here's Sophie Nielsen. Nielsen, a little bit of space there in the middle of the shot, and that's saved by Larson. What a start for the sophomore. Seeing things very well early. That shot just able to go over the shoulder, and the Brighton Bengals are on the board thanks to the thanks to the Mr. Car Wash goal. It makes it 1-1. Of course, want to remind you at Mr. Car Wash, you can join the Ultimate Wash Club and wash as often as you want at any of their locations nationwide. Mr. Car Wash, I want to thank them for sponsoring Brighton Lacrosse. And while we have a moment, we got 7:19 left in this Ricky's Paint first quarter. A fresh coat of paint can transform any space inside or out. Call Ricky's Paint for expert painting and top quality craftsmanship at 801-661-8037. I want to thank 2 of our Brighton Lacrosse sponsors. One apiece as we will redo the draw here. That was a sorry. 7:17 to go here. Nielsen in to take this one for Brighton. This one out of the air. Push back, a little scrap here, and it will be, Skyline possession. Contact there, the push will maintain it here for the Eagles. The winner of this game will advance to take on the likely the Olympus Titans. The winner of Olympus Bonneville is Johnson. Here will show patience. Will work out with Tomlinson. Miscommunication there, trying to get it to Gerson, but it is Brighton that comes away with it.
Avery Miller with the ball for the Bengals.
Here's Miller. As we approach the midway point here in this opening quarter. That in front, and this will be an 8-meter opportunity here, as you saw Bella Fisher find a little lane there, and that Skyline defense collapsing down. Whistled here.
All right, Bengal fans, let's hear
Three
it
different
for
goal
Bella
scorers
Fisher.
for Brighton, all over 40 goals. And one of the questions I asked Zoe Totland and talked about how they are going to try to match up a little bit, take away some of those primary scorers, and may come down to players like Fisher, Alberico, Dixon, etc. As a shot here, that one I think hit off the post. Tracked down by Brighton. The Bengals resetting their offense here. Alberico. Trying to work off that screen. Here's Nielsen. Sophie. That little quick step. Sophie going top side. That's saved by Larson.
And there's another big block by Finley Larson for the Eagles.
Larson looking for that clear up the middle. Just tracked down by McMaster. Here comes Sammy. Sammy looking ahead. McNally now. Down that left alley. Looking to the middle. Trying to feed over there for Norat. Was able to track it down. Behind goal with Tomlinson. We'll give this back to McNally. Sierra. Feeding in front. A shot there. Saved.
And there's a massive stop by our very own
And you see Annabelle Kiefer being aggressive there, trying to take away as much space as she could. It worked. Kept that out of the back of the net. Keeps us even here at 1. McNally. Still with it, trying to feed McMaster. She had it. Gives that up. McNally. She's got a little space. Shot, and that scored. Boy, like the patience there shown by McMaster. She had it. It was extremely tight to the cage. Defense was there and used great judgment there to be patient, wait for the right shot, and got it back to McNally. And that able to work in front, get the shot away. And the Skyline team coming in playing with confidence here early.
All right, Bengal fans, let's hear it for Sophie Nielsen on the draw.
And we've got, we'll redo this one. McMaster and Nielsen, top scorers for each team, taking the draws here in this opening quarter for each side. Nielsen couldn't quite possess it. It's McMaster coming up with it. Sammy, she's got some speed behind her. Is no call there. McMaster still on the turf here. Is Kiefer able to take that? And now we'll get the stoppage here. Sammy holding their knee. Well, you hope that's not severe. She's still down. A leading goal scorer for Skyline. They're going to have to come out, take a look at her. We will step aside here. Timeout for injury. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of Brighton Lacrosse on KSLSports.com.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
There, getting some assistance. Got to her feet relatively quickly. We'll hope that that's a good sign for her. I'll continue to look at her on the sideline, but big part of this Skyline team, and obviously has been good on the draws here early. Has also obviously been great for them offensively. Has a goal here. Want to make sure 9's okay. That would make this matchup even more difficult for the Eagles. Brighton coming right up. Here's Rodney, works in front, and a good stick check there put on by Boyce.
There's another big stop.
Able to deny that one from getting a clean look. As Brighton here starting behind the goal, coming in front. Here's Lee. Lee had that knocked loose, but the whistle there in the sphere will give Caroline the 8-meter opportunity here. This will be lined up straight away from goal.
All right, drawing the contact. Number 15, Caroline Lee, going up against Eagles goalie.
Lee with a chance here to potentially tie it up as we're inside 3 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Caroline Lee coming in, looking for a spot and scores. Caroline Lee with the Mr. Car Wash goal for the Bengals ties us up at 2.
Let me hear you sing.
Nice goal there for Caroline. You saw really well executed patience there, just waiting to get as close as she could, to get that as much space as she could. Able to identify that left portion of the goal, able to finish it off.
All right, Bengal fans, let's hear it for Marley Rodney at the draw.
So to the draw here, again, McMaster still off. This will be Marley Rodney in to take this draw for the Bengals. Meanwhile, in for Skyline was Izzy Pope. As this one on the turf, still battling for possession, and Lee comes up with it. Caroline. Nice little move there. Works in front of the crease. Shot on a goal. And the Brighton Bengals have their first lead of the game after back-to-back goals from the senior Caroline Lee.
Let's sing it one more time.
Great start there for Caroline these last few minutes.
Here we are again. Marley Rodney going up against Izzy Pope.
Draw here. Just over 2 to go. And we'll do this one more time. Just missed. Caroline trying to retreat. Is this one gathered by Emma Gessel for the Bengals? Brighton coming ahead on the burst here again. Gessel will work this wide. Here's Nielsen. Playing with Alberico. Lola. Delato is a whistle here. Not quite certain what that stoppage was for. It'll be Brighton here to start behind as we approach 1 minute to play here in the first. Premature there. Skyline
1 minute.
with the possessions. We're inside the final minute of this opening quarter. 3-2 Brighton. And Skyline lost that, but the call here will keep it with the Eagles. Johnson looking for help. Gets it ahead with Christensen. 34 seconds left in the quarter. A little bit of room here. Tomlinson trying that right alley. She'll shoot. That was saved away. Backed up here for Skyline. Clock inside of 15 seconds, still moving. Eagles got to hurry here. Clock down to 10. Tomlinson feeds back over. McNally can't get a shot away. And the first quarter is complete. 3-2 Brighton leading Skyline here in the second round of the 5A state playoffs. You're watching it live on KSLSports.com. Welcome back as we get ready to start our second quarter. 3-2 Brighton leading Skyline. McMaster still on the sideline here for Skyline. Continue to look at her. She's kind of up walking around. Joined the team for the huddle, but that's obviously a huge storyline. The leading goal scorer for Skyline, leaving that opening quarter. At the time they had a 2-1 lead, and their leading goal scorer here not on the field. Brighton's had a nice response. Caroline Lee with a pair of goals have given them the lead. They'll win the draw here to start this second quarter as Rodney from start. The shot and finish. Marley Rodney
Number 19.
with the take all the way to the cage. Scores her first of the game, 44th of the season, as it is a 4-2 Brighton lead. While we have a moment, want to thank our sponsors that make this possible. Want to remind you that after the game, go visit Crumble Cookie and treat yourself to their new rotating dessert lineup featuring cakes, brownies, pies, and cheesecakes. Download the Crumble app to see what's being baked this week. I want to thank Crumble Cookies here in Cottonwood for their sponsorship of Brighton Lacrosse. The Bengals building some momentum here with 3 unanswered goals. This draw on the ground. Lee was trying to possess it, and the cover there will give it to Brighton. Here's Lee. She's got room. Lee, shot, goal. Make it 4 unanswered for the Bengals as Caroline Lee now with the hat trick, her third of the game.
You know what this means?
Talk about this group of seniors for Brighton playing their last home game. Should they win, we'll have to go on the road unless there's a significant upset in other action. Of course, you never know. Woods Cross, who is the 4th seeded team, they lost in their second round game today to Box Elder. So the 4 seed in these 5A state playoffs is out as this draw won by Nielsen, and Sophie now will set up this Brighton offense. That one knocked loose, ground ball picked up by Gerson. She'll continue on here. Kaylee looking ahead there for Johnson.
That's a nice ground ball, like Caroline Lee.
Back on it After collecting that ground ball, Lee. She'll take this back behind Cage. There's Eichner. Fed to Rodney. Rodney looking for a little lane. The shot there. Able to sneak that through. Marley Rodney with her second goal of the game. Makes it 6-2 Brighton.
51 Marcy goals.
And Skyline looking like they may want to take a timeout here. And they will. Coach Totland wanted to talk about it as the momentum shifting here in favor of the 6th-seeded Bengals. They lead it 6-2 here in the second. Back from the timeout.
Going up against our very own Salty Wheels.
See if Skyline can get back to the kind of rhythm, momentum they had early on. And Brighton really seized control over the last 6 minutes or so. As this draw, now rolling and gathered here by Norak. That was kind of the momentum Skyline was able to build early off some of those draws. McMaster still on the sideline for the Eagles. McNally. Skyline here working it around. Here's Norat. Wanted to come near side to Christensen. Defended well by Rodney. Tomlinson. Has that one out, and that is deemed a pass. It'll be Brighton possession. That corralled by Henderson. Nielsen, that pass was just a touch behind her. Here comes Skyline. Intercepted.
Emma
Gessel. Is now behind the goal. Here's Delato. She's got some room. Delato in front. The bounce shot and scores.
And there's a beautiful bounce shot by
A Mr. Car Wash goal for Ava Delato. Makes it 7-2 Bengals. Of course, rain, mud, or road grime, Mr. Car Wash has you covered. Get a wash so good you'll want to show it off everywhere you go. Want to thank Mr. Car Wash for sponsoring all of our Brighton goals here on KSL Sports Rewind's production of Brighton Lacrosse. McMaster on the bench here and looking like her night might be done. The senior, a couple evaluations still up and walking and moving, but you can tell feeling the effects of whatever injury that was. Feels as though the team may be feeling that effect a little bit as well. And Brighton here really capitalizing as another win here off the draw. They've really been able to build momentum with McMaster not on the field. And for those who were wondering, by the way, the winner of this game officially will play the Olympus Titans as Olympus took care of Bonneville decidedly earlier today. Nielsen, that pass kind of caught her in on the wrist, and Brighton gives it up. It'll be Skyline possession. They'll play to Larson. The keep here, trying to get that clear. That pass just a little shy of Lloyd. Brianna trying to track that down. Now looking to box out, and the push there will give it here to Brighton. Here's Nielsen. Sophie. She was crossing over there. Shooting space will give this to Nielsen from 8 meters out. Chance her to expand this lead. Nielsen, shot save. Big save by Larson. They need a couple of those from her, the sophomore, as they try to mount this comeback. Here's Tomlinson. Worked over, shot there right to Kiefer.
Nice stop by Bengals goalie and keeper.
Good contest there. Skyline right back up. Here's Norat. Worked to Christensen. In front. Boy. Don't think she could get that shot away. Norat is right in front of the crease, but a couple Brighton players there, including Kiefer. I don't know that she ever got any momentum behind that shot opportunity. As the whistle here now will allow Skyline to restart it. Shooting space here. Excuse me, in the sphere. Will be 8-meter opportunity.
All right, Eagle fans. Here's your number 15, Jake Johnson, going up against Bengals goalie, Integral keeper.
Coming in, premature. A shot there and the goal. How about that? Nice answer from Jane Johnson, the junior. Coming in off that 8-meter line, and Johnson with a critical goal there for Skyline, trying to get a little bit of momentum back here for the Eagles. That will end what was a 6-0 run by the Bengals.
All right, Bengal fans, here we are.
This will be again Izzy Pope stepping in here for Skyline on the draw. Nielsen on the draw here for Brighton. Out of the air, that captured by Eigner. First time I think we've called Charlie's name tonight. Boy, Charlie with a lot of space. Eigner was taken away. We'll give here to Nielsen. Sophie. She'll look to the middle. Through a couple Skyline defenders. And there's going to be the shooting space.
Let's hear it for Sophie Nielsen.
Nielsen here with the 8-meter opportunity.
Eagles goalie, Finley Larson.
Got 4:15 to go here in the first half. Apologies, a little clock issue. We'll get that resolved as soon as we can. Coming in and saved.
There's another big stop by Finley Larson for the Eagles.
Nice stop there by Larson. She's had a couple impressive saves here. Trying to keep Skyline in it. As this one tracked down by Matheson. Lucy up that far line. We'll continue on here for Skyline. But you see a host of Bengals right around trying to make this advance difficult. That knocked out It will maintain with Skyline. Ground ball. And Brighton comes up with it. Avery Miller able to track it down. We're still pushing ahead here. We'll continue. Boy, tough pass. That one tough to gather. Smith able to track that down. Here's Chloe. Being forced out. Rodney. Still on it here. Marley. Little lane there. Rodney the shot. And that one might have hit off the shin there of Larson. As in the crease and captured there by Finley. Trying to clear here. Near line. Pope. Had that stick check loose by Marley Rodney. As we approach 2 left. Rodney to the middle. Oh, wanted to feed that ahead to Fisher. Was a great idea as that Skyline defense had collapsed up. Had come up. Collapsed up, that's not really a saying. Had come up to take away the burst there for Rodney. But the call here will give Marley the 8-meter opportunity here straight away. Marley with a couple goals here in this second quarter. Oh, they'll back her out to 12. My apologies. Fed to Delato. Absorbed a little contact. That shot in. Ava Delato with the goal. Nice bounce shot there for the senior. Her second of the game makes it 8-3.
Your Brighton Bengals 8, Skyline 3.
Of course, Brighton Lacrosse is also brought to you by Children's Academy. You can feel peace of mind when leaving your child in their care. Children's Academy is dedicated to creating a safe and healthy environment, focusing on each child as individuals so they can learn social skills and self-discipline in an educational environment. Learn more at mychildrensacademy.com.
Here you have Izzy Pope going up against Bengals, number 4, Sophie Nielsen.
Just over 80 seconds remaining here in the first half. This one near that line, gathered by Eigner. Behind goal, Delato. And Nielsen.
Just under 1 minute in the half.
We'll draw that shooting space. There'll be 8-meter opportunity here for Sophie.
All right, with 54 seconds to go in the half, Sophie Nielsen. It's a free position opportunity for the Bengals.
Nielsen with the shot and the goal.
And there's a beautiful bounce shot to top shelf by our very own number 4, Sophie Nielsen.
That might be the first goal of the game for Sophie. Going to my notes. Makes it 9-3 here with 48 seconds left in the first half. In case you missed it, Sammy McMaster went off in that opening quarter. She's on the sideline now, on crutches. Talked about her night appear to be done, and it does appear to be done. The senior, what a career for her. Fantastic year. Unofficially 56 goals in her senior year. Looks like her career probably coming to an end. Saw disappointment not being able to be out there. This draw on the ground. Gerson tried to get there, but Oh, they'll give it here to Skyline. Looked like Caroline Lee had it, but they call the infraction there. And so Skyline with the possession here. 30 seconds left. And the whistle there will stop it with 27 seconds. And we'll get looks like a card going to be issued here in the waning seconds of this opening half. So Skyline, this is kind of what you need if you're the Eagles. Some opportunities, you got to capitalize on them. And with 27 seconds left here in the half, they'll have a player advantage for the remainder of this half and for the first 90 seconds of the third. As that pass, Jane Johnson trying to track it down. She's got it now. And Johnson here continuing on. 15 seconds left, feeds ahead. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson, the shot and the goal for Skyline. That will help.
And with 7 seconds to go in the half, number 27.
As Tomlinson scoring her first of the game. Gives a player-up goal there for the Eagles. Making a 5-point difference here as we head for probably the final draw here of this first half.
All right, let's hear it for Sophie and Sierra at the draw.
7 seconds left on the clock. We're just going to bring ours down there to a line. Is this one coming near side? Rodney gathers, and that will do it. First half complete. 9-4, the Bengals with the lead at the break. Here in the second round of the 5A state tournament, you're watching it live on KSLSports.com. Start of our second half, and off the draw, it goes right to Rodney.
Draw possession by
Marley coming through. She'll shoot and score. Boy, that's quick for Brighton. Marley Rodney able to go right to the crease and finish for Brighton. Third of the game for Rodney. And pushes it to a 10-4 lead. Talk about to start this second half, Brighton will be player down for about another minute and 20 seconds. That didn't affect or stop Rodney from going right to, taking advantage thereof with the possession. Able to go score. While we set this draw up, I want to remind you Tab Bank is home in the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal at Tab Bank, member FDIC. As this possessed by Skyline, looking for room on the clear here. That deflected out there by Lee. Will allow Skyline to start here. Less than a minute left here on the penalty. Skyline works ahead. Norat. She'll take this behind the goal. Liz, nice little spin move right in front of the crease. Coming around, shot, that was just wide.
Shot went wide.
Is Enville Kiefer still in the cage here for Brighton? Talk about they've played multiple goalies this year. Kiefer starting the second half, as she did the first, between the pipes for the Bengals. Here's Lloyd, Brianna Lloyd, she'll shoot, and that taken away by Kiefer.
And we're right between our goalie legs.
Great save there by Annabelle. Quick reaction, able to keep that out. And now Brighton will look to clear. Gessel. Play up here to Eichner.
Let's hear it for Charlie with the ball.
There's Charlie. And the in the sphere there. We'll allow Eichner here with the 8-meter start.
All right, Brighton fans, let's hear it for Charlie Eichner.
Eichner, the shot and the goal. Boy, it was hard for me to track that one. That ball here is the light kind of dimming. I lost it. Eichner, nonetheless, able to score her first tonight. Makes it 11-4 Brighton. Another Mr. Car Wash goal there for the Bengals. Keep your car looking as fresh as the day you got it with Mr. Car Wash, the fastest, friendliest way to a sparkling, clean ride. Learn more at mrcarwash.com.
All right, Brighton fans, let's hear it for Sophie Nielsen at the draw.
Was on the ground and sent back up, and Izzy Pope able to find it here for the Eagles. Failed to mention, it was about a minute ago when Brighton was back to even strength. And yeah, some confusion here. I don't know if they didn't hear the whistle or what, but it'll be Pope here stepping to the 8-meter
Looks like
arc.
Eagles. Izzy Pope going up against Bengal goalie Annabelle Keeper.
Pope, she'll wind and fire. Body save there by Kiefer. Tomlinson trying to get around Rodney. Nice piece of defense there. Rodney staying right with her. Fed to the middle. Nothing there. Ground ball captured by Brighton. Here come the Bengals. Gallegos coming ahead. She's got some momentum and room in front with help as well. She'll play wide to Eichner. Charlie. And there we will get a call here, and it will be Eichner here at the hanging. Well, we'll wait.
Drawing the contact, number 14, Charlie Eichner with a free position opportunity for the Bengals.
So Eichner here from 8 meters. Looking inside, that one saved by Larson. Finley really has had a number of nice saves tonight. 11 goals for Brighton, but the sophomores played well. Delato feeds to Rodney. Now up to Fisher. Nielsen shot and goal. Shooting wide there is saw Larson maybe creep over near side just a touch. And when you are a 60-plus goal scorer, well, you take advantage of those opportunities, and Sophie did on the Mr. Car Wash goal to make it 12-4 here with just under 7 minutes to go in our third quarter. And while we prepare for this next draw, I want to thank Aviva Woman, a proud sponsor of Brighton Girls Lacrosse. As a leader in wellness and hormone health, Aviva helps individuals feel their best at every stage of life. Thanks for letting us be a part of your journey. And as always, go Brighton.
Eagles going up against Bengals. Number 19, Marley Rodney.
What has worked out as an 11-2 run here from Brighton. As we will redraw again. But we've had a number of these here this evening. This one goes right to Nielsen.
And there's Sophie Nielsen with a beautiful draw control.
Sophie will have to come back near side for this start. Nielsen still with it. Feeds to Delato. He's looking for Alberico. Delato with it here again. Worked inside, just wide and backed up here.
He was shot just wide, backed up by Marley Rodney.
Rodney's still on it. Nielsen trying to split through a double team and call here. Nielsen will have the 8-meter opportunity.
And drawing the contact, number 4, Sophie Nielsen with a free position opportunity here for the Bengals. Let's hear it, Bengal fans. Let's hear it for Sophie.
Coming in, Nielsen shot and a goal. 13-4 as Sophie Nielsen
For a hat trick for Sophie
has the hat trick, her third of the game. Nice take there by Sophie, is pushed up to a 9-goal lead.
Looks like we're going to have Sierra going up against Marley Rodney.
This draw possessed by Norat and the Eagles. This she'll give here with Johnson. Tomlinson now. Well, that nearly taken away there by Alberico, but maintained here with Skyline. Johnson trying to work around. Boy, that Brighton defense did a great job on the slide there, helping over. This kept by Tomlinson, but deal with pressure. Johnson being pushed below GLE. McNally. Tomlinson, nice move there. Got inside the shot on the goal.
And with a beautiful inside shot, number 27.
Boy, Skyline does a great job to clear out that side, and a quick little burst there by Tomlinson. Give it a little step to the outside, and then that quick kind of tuck underneath. All right. Down the lane, beautiful shot there, makes it 13-5 here for the Bengals.
And that is number 3 for Sierra for a hat trick.
Of course, second round game here. We've got quarterfinal action for you on Saturday. Again, the winner of this one to take on the Olympus Titans. That'll be at Olympus. And then we'll have semis and championships all next week. You can catch those live on KSLSports.com. I'll bring you 4A, 5A, 6A action. There's like a trip there. We'll give it to Brighton as Rodney back to her feet. Here's Miller. Avery has help, feeds in the middle. Nelson, the shot and the goal. Boy, what a beautiful sequence there for Brighton. As Sophie Nielsen scoring again, she's having herself a big third quarter. But how about the intention there, and a great find. Hard to defend that. The athleticism of Brighton on display. This draw to Rodney, able to track that down. He's trying to take a couple of unfortunate hops, but Marley staying right with it. Works up with Eichner. Here's Delato. Oh, wanted to work right to the angle. He couldn't quite track that down as Skyline here working on the clear. Here's Pope. Fed here, Johnson. Johnson, we got a charge there. We'll give this to Brighton. That defense of the Bengals did a great job right in front of that cage, and Johnson just trying to physical her way through, gets called there. So back to Brighton as we approach the final 90 seconds here of this third quarter. Delato will give to Rodney. A shot there and goal. Marley Rodney with a nice shot. We'll make it 15-5, a 10-goal lead here for the Bengals. Marley and Sophie leading the way here. Over half of the Brighton goals coming from that duo. That clock
just under 1 minute
now running.
1 minute.
We're a little delayed on ours. There's 47 seconds left in this third. So
looks like we're going to have Sophie Nielsen going up against number 44.
It will be Pope and Nielsen here. Off the bounce. Tracked down there by Tomlinson. 20 seconds left here in the quarter. Taken back by Lee. Gotta hurry. 12 seconds left. Caroline. Trying to work through. We're somehow able to navigate that D. 5 seconds left on the clock. Lee with a shot just over the crossbar. And that backed up. It won't matter as our third quarter expires. 15-5, Brighton leading Skyline as one more quarter left here in this second round of the 5A state playoffs. You're watching live on KSLSports.com. Start of the fourth quarter, 10-goal advantage for the Bengals. They get ready to advance in the 6A state tournament. Back-to-back quarters for Brighton, scoring 6 goals in each. As we will have a running clock here to start this fourth with a 10-goal difference. And off this draw, secured by Skyline. That was Tomlinson. Able to track that down. She's got it here. Skyline team finished 3-5 in Region 6, 9-7 on the year, and things that talking with coach before the game, talked about some of the slow starts. Boy, they didn't have a slow start tonight. They started great. Early injury, and kind of felt like maybe took some of the wind out of the sails. They're continuing to try to battle here. As a ground ball, Brighton had it. In the sphere there will allow Rodney here to continue to work on this clear. Working up there through Henderson near a line. The contact here will allow Emma to continue.
Let's hear it for Emma Henderson with the ball.
Henderson now will work towards the middle. Gives over a shot there and a goal. Boy, how about that quick fire? Bella Fisher with the quick catch and shoot. Scores her first of the game. Great looking play there. The Mr. Car Wash goal for Bella Fisher.
And here we have again Izzy going up against Sophie at the draw.
Out of the air, that tapped ahead, but corralled there by Lee. There's Rodney. Rodney works to the middle, shot and a goal.
And with a beautiful juke move.
Another one where part of that cage left open, and Rodney able to see it. Slip it past Finley Larson there for the goal. Mentioned Larson, just a sophomore, so they get good saves tonight. A couple that she'll be able to learn from coming back next year. Talk about this Skyline roster. We've not seen Ella England tonight. And obviously losing McMaster again, that's half their goals. As this one,
There's a big defensive stop by the Bengals.
get a call here. Will be an 8-meter opportunity for Skyline, but had to kind of deal with not being 100% coming in and then losing Sammy. It's been a valiant effort for Skyline here on the road, but
for the Eagles going up against Annabelle Kiefer.
haven't been able to match up with how they started in that first quarter. There's a shot here. Kiefer with the denial. Able to possess it in the crease and now work on the clear. Looking up for Rodney. Marley. Yeah, able to track that down. Finding Smith. Looking backside and front save by Larson. And you talk about, you see some of those saves like that and you think, man, she's got a great future ahead of her. A couple she'd probably like to have back. Again, opportunities for her to learn and grow this year, but she's had, again, a number of saves just like that. Had 4 in the opening minutes of that first quarter. Allowed Skyline to settle into the game, get the early lead. Is Brighton still on it here? Work back over with Nielsen. Sophie Still on it, trying to navigate around. Boy, and that one took a bounce over the crossbar. Backed up here by Brighton. They'll maintain it.
There was a shot backed up by Bella Fisher.
Miller able to draw that whistle. So Avery here with the 8-meter opportunity.
All right, Bengal fans, let's hear it for number 18, Avery Miller, drawing the shooting space. With a free position opportunity here for the Bengals.
Avery with a shot, little sidewinder there. That did not go in. That might have hit off the post and sideways. Brighton had it. Continue here. Feed in front. And that one was deflected on the attempt. Nice job by the defense there of Skyline. Will allow Larson to possess and now work to clear. Trying to get that with Gerson. Here comes Kaylee. Able to find Norat. Liz playing over with Polson. Now Matheson, back to Lloyd, and now Tomlinson. That one just kept in. Good pursuit there by Gerson. Tomlinson, that sealed off by Nielsen. Boy, Rodney. Very diligent there, trying to track that down. It's called there for the whistle. Got in front. That pass couldn't be handled as that is deemed a pass. It'll be Brighton possession here. As we're inside 5 to go in regulation.
Let's hear it for Avery Miller in transition for the Bengals.
Fed in front. Oh, how about that? Boy, Nielsen with the goal. I had missed that one. Took my eye off to look at a note. And next thing you know, Sophie Nielsen will score her 5th today. Another Mr. Car Wash goal. Of course, we want to thank all of our sponsors here of Brighton Lacrosse this season. Been able to do a lot of Brighton games. Can't do it without our sponsors, and that includes Utah Tumbling Academy. They offer tumbling and cheer classes to children 2 and up in a fun and uplifting atmosphere. Be it in group classes, individual classes, or summer camps, Utah Tumbling will help instill confidence in your kids as they develop the proper and safe form and skills. Connect with them on Instagram at Utah Tumbling or online at utahtumblingacademy.com. Of course, Ricky's Paint has sponsored our quarters all year. Mr. Car Wash sponsoring our goals. Children's Academy Preschool, Utah Tumbling Academy, Crumble Cookies, Aviva Women. Can't do it without our sponsors. We want to thank them so much for sponsoring Brighton Lacrosse here. We've got 3 minutes left. Got a timeout being taken here. Timeout Brighton, 18-5. The Bengals set to advance here in the 5A state playoffs.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account.
It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back. I want to remind you, KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 5A state playoffs is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Tab Bank member FDIC. Inside 3 to go here in our second round. The 5A girls state playoff. Brighton at Olympus. Saturday, that game will be 1 o'clock. As in the sphere here, the call. As Brighton will look to advance to another semifinal, place they've been regularly, but we're having to play Olympus early on. It's going to be a tough task. We'll see what the Bengals might have for the Titans. And what would be their second matchup this year? Olympus defeated Brighton in their previous matchup. As Brighton here with the 8-meter opportunity. Miller coming in. That was knocked away from her, but able to hold on to the possession here as Brighton bringing some depth on. Work through. There's a shot. That one did not make its way through. And kept out here by Skyline. Working on the clear. As we're inside 2 to go. Right in front. That was just missed. Good opportunity there.
Backed up by number 5, Sierra Wild.
Inside the final 90. Coming around, that shot, no.
And there's another nice stop by Eagles goalie, Fanny Larson. I believe that is her 14th of the evening. She's definitely standing on her head today.
He just announced the 14th save of the night for Larson. I'm talking about she's had some good saves and plenty of them. That tells you how many shots Brighton has been able to take tonight as we enter the final minute of regulation.
1 minute.
Looked in front. Pope lost that on her approach to the crease. And Bengals now coming the other way. Starters cheering on.
Let's hear it for Sydney Sievers for the Bengals.
Brighton on a run. .35 seconds left. Try to feed in front, off the ground. Couldn't get a shot away. Still on the ground here. Kept. 20 seconds left. And a whistle here. That clock still running. Inside 10. The Brighton Bengals fell down 2-1 in that first quarter, but really built momentum in the rest of that half as they cruise 18-5. The Brighton Bengals advance to the quarterfinal here in the 5A state playoffs. A great game tonight, really. Marley Rodney, Sophie Nielsen, each leading the way offensively. Caroline Lee added a hat trick for the Bengals as well as the offense plentiful tonight for the Bengals. 18-5, they defeat Skyline. They'll take on Olympus Saturday at 1 in the 5A quarterfinal. Thank you so much for joining us here on KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of Brighton Lacrosse. For Quentin Psyche, my name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on KSLSports.com.